In the small upstate New York town of Nunde, there exists an unusual business. It's a peanut butter factory called Once Again Nut Butter. Their motto is "We spend integrity." They are a worker cooperative. A worker cooperative is owned by its employees. The only people that own the company are the people who work at it. It is run like a democracy where everyone has a vote in what happens. Most corporations are not like this. A small group of people makes all the decisions for everybody else. Once again, company meetings are held each month to talk about that happens in the factory. Committees are also formed to help solve issues which are only okayed by a vote of the whole company. The money they make in their business is distributed fairly. No one makes more than 3 or 4 times as much as anyone else. In a lot of big corporations, the director of the company makes 400 times as much as the lowest paid workers. Profit-sharing bonuses are distributed equally to all owners. Once again, started in a small, three-person business in a person's basement.
So Bailey, you're a 15-year employee.
Yep.
Can you see yourself staying here until you retire? Why?
Probably because it's a pretty good business and I've had so much experience here. I mean, it just seems like I should stay here.
Okay.
All right.
So Brent, what are some drawbacks to working here compared to working at other jobs you've had?
Well, I don't like how early you have to get up. I mean, I have to get up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I get kind of tired. And then I work until I'm tired, so it's not that long.
Thank you.
So can you give these kids an idea of, let's say that they're a new hire, just been hired on, and maybe they're going to work, making cashew butter. And what maybe their typical day would be like? When does it start and all that sort of stuff?
Right now, we have one basic shift. I don't work this shift, but the production people do. They start at 5 o'clock in the morning. I still have an hour of sleep about 5 o'clock in the morning, but these people, they get up early. We do it for production reasons to make sure we get the production on and we get the day. But normally our production people start at 5 o'clock in the morning. This time of the year, it's a lot cooler to start at that time of the year, or that time of the morning. But a typical day would be you would come in. We get orders in throughout the day, orders from all our different customers, and those orders have to be put on a schedule. And what our production people do is we have a person that plans the production, basically puts a list up on the board and gives our production people the correct order of what needs to be made that day. What they'll do is they'll come in based on the list, they'll identify the product they have to make, and then from there they have to go up, they have to prepare both the production line, and then they have to get all the materials they need to make the product. It might be almonds. So we've got a cooler, I have to go to the cooler, get the almonds out, start up the roaster, start the almonds roasting. If there's special labels we need for our jars, they'll have to get those ready. The jars are a big thing. We package in just glass jars and steel caps, so they'll have to go to the warehouse and get everything you need to either make our product or package our product for the whole day. And usually what that takes, generally speaking, it takes about an hour from the time you start and you get all organized, get everything, the roaster starting, get all the equipment ready. It takes about an hour to get everything ready, but after that, when the line is up and running, we can produce, if you think about this, we produce about 2,000 pounds of, I'll say, peanut or almond butter an hour. So that means if you think of a jar of our nut butter, we can produce 2,000 of those in 1 hour. So and from there, basically we put them in cases of 12. The jars get packaged in cases of 12, and then they get stacked on skids or pallets, and then they're ready to ship to our customers.
So line worker 1, what kind of benefits does this company offer?
Well then, our company offers 100% Medicare coverage and a shared distribution. And that's really, well, that's most of what our company offers.
Do other companies offer all that usually?
Not really.
So Taylor, you're a line worker. Do you like the way decisions are made here? Why or why not?
Yes, because it's not just one person deciding on.
Oh, so you like how everyone gets into a meeting and they see what they have to do and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Once again started in a small three-person business in a person's basement. They made a few thousand pounds of peanut butter a year. Now they produce millions of pounds of several kinds of organic nut butters, roasted nuts, and bottled honey with their 30-member owners in their huge factory.
So, Anne, you are a mother of 5?
Yes, I am.
What is the most important factor for you in buying Once Again nut butter?
Well, it's a healthy product and it's pure.
Okay.
So, John, you're a buy local citizen. The average diner has traveled 1,500 miles to get to us. You buy local as much as you can. Why is it important to do this?
Because it saves money and gas. Because if you're in going to a local restaurant, you can easily just drive there quick and you don't really waste a lot of gas.
Okay.
It saves money.
Molly, what made you carry Once Again nut butter instead of other organic peanut butters?
Well, because it's local, so I don't need to pay for shipping and handling. I can just drive over to the factory and get it. And they use glass jars instead of plastic ones that can leak all disgusting chemicals and things. And it's really good. Sometimes I even sneak a bottle. So, store owner, what made you carry Once Again nut butter instead of other organic peanut butters?
Well, Once Again nut butter is very healthy, so I figured that was a good thing about carrying it. And plus, a lot of people enjoy eating it. And they tell me that there are a lot of machines, and Once Again in the company, so they test the food, so it's very healthy.
Their full product line includes Dawes Hill Honey, bulk nuts, organic and natural peanut butters, almond butters, cashew butters, and sunflower butter.
When the butters are made, they have to be roasted first. They roast at a temperature of about 300 degrees. The nuts are ground up and then pumped to the filler. The whole process from raw nut to ready to ship can often take less than an hour. Once again, nut butter cares about the environment and people's health. One of the ways they do this is by packaging all of their nut butters in glass jars. Glass packaging gets rid of any health concerns caused from chemicals and plastic. Glass jars are also easier to recycle. Once again, donates to local food pantries and to local area farmers. They donate at least 1% of the money they make for each year to charity. They are committed to providing a fair and living wage to their employees and creating good jobs in Nunde.
Once Again's employee-owned company cares about their growers. They want them to make enough money to live on and support their families. This is called practicing fair trade. They pay fair prices to their growers and beekeepers while still providing good prices to their customers and healthy food choices for everyone. Once Again's honey comes from a number of family beekeepers and hobby farmers in some of the poorest counties in upstate New York. You may be surprised to learn that New York is one of America's leading suppliers of food and agricultural products.
So, U.S. Farmer, do you feel comfortable that your products are going to Once Again Nut Butter?
Yes, I feel great because I'm helping people who, the peanut butter doesn't cost much, and people who can't afford expensive stuff, they can just buy that and they have food to eat and stuff.
So, non-U.S. Farmer, do you feel comfortable your crops are going into Once Again Nut Butter?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because I feel like helping the small communities, the small communities that have businesses, because, I don't know.
How many customers do you have?
Good question. Very good question. I'll explain this. I'll give you a number. We have approximately about 150 customers, but our customers are all different. We have some customers that you guys have seen our garden product. They say Once Again Nut Butter on it. We have customers that buy our product with our name on it. We also have a second customer that likes to have their, it could be a store like Wegmans. A store like Wegmans, that they like our product, but they're a big store and they want their own label on it. So we also make product for other people, put their label on it, and sell to those types of customers. And the third customer we have is basically customers that use our product as an ingredient. We'll actually, barrels that we've got, we can store about 500 pounds of product in these barrels. It's about the size of a 55-gallon drum. Customers that use our product as an ingredient, or they make cookies, nut bars. They don't use it. They use it as an ingredient for their finished product. So it's really three different types of customers that we have, and the number's about 150.
And then, of course, those customers have customers.
So Roxanne, the average dinner has traveled 1,500 miles to get to us. You buy local as much as you can. Why is it important to do this?
Well, because instead of it polluting the air when it comes in, I like to buy it local. Because, well, then it's not polluting the air with the gas, with the planes. So, then it's not polluting the air.
So, Brooklyn shopper, is the fact that Once Again Nut Butter is kosher important to you?
Well, I'm not Jewish, but I think it's very important, and other brands might not make it that way.
When I first started at Once Again Nut Butter did not have a mission statement, and that was one of the first tasks that I took care of there. One of my first things I did is I started up the company. I said, well, we need a mission statement. We need to tell people what we're about. We also have to agree amongst ourselves what our values are going to be as far as the company. So what we did, as I described before, we formed a committee. There were a number of people from different areas of the company that got together and said, what's our mission statement going to be? It took us probably 3 to 4 months. We basically
So 5-year employee, what do you like or dislike about this
the job compared to other jobs?
Well, I like that everybody is involved in this job and everybody makes decisions together.
So, Kevin, where's your product sold?
We sell our projects to stores like Nunde, Family Pharmacy, Surefine, Nunde Lumber.
We basically sat down.
We sell to stores both in New York State and in other states.
What are the different kinds?
We sell organic and natural peanut butter, cashew butter, and almond butter. We also sell honey. We sell organic sunflower butter and sesame tahini.
You're not gonna give her the brochure?
Here's a brochure if you want to check it out.
Do you know of any co-ops that are really large kind of businesses, or does it only really work for smaller?
I would, that's a very good question. I guess it would be more difficult with more people. The magic number I always had in my head was 200 people. Once it gets above 200, it's going to be difficult. But by the same token, I've always thought that if it was bigger, maybe you think of your company as splitting it up in divisions. Like in our case, if our company were to grow to over 200 people, maybe we'd have a peanut butter division and almond butter division, and then there's a lot of issues that just relate to one product, that you could still have the same type of governance, same type of decision making, but you could split up some of those areas. And then if you had an issue that affected the whole company, then you'd have to use a cross-sectional group of people from all areas. It would be a bigger challenge, much bigger challenge, but I could see it work. Once you got to a multi-site, and when I talk about multi-site, if you have a part of your companies in New York State and part of your companies in California, I think that's the bigger problem than maybe number of employees. So.
On a visit to Nicaragua, once again employees saw banana growers and sugarcane workers protesting against companies who make harmful pesticides for use on banana and sugarcane crops in Central and South America. These farmers have been on strike for 3 years in hopes of getting the first medical attention they need. It was really tragic to see firsthand the damaging environmental effects and diseases caused by non-organic farming practices in a country where there are no governmental safety religions. Once again has been buying sesame seeds and paying the farmers the prices they would get paid if they lived in richer countries like ours. This has greatly enhanced the living conditions of the farmers and their families. Once again, thanks their customers for doing the same by casting their vote when they buy Once Again products. Together we can all spread a little integrity.
Once Again Nut Butter has been working with Jubilee House located in Nicaragua for the last 12 years. Jubilee House is a charity whose main purpose is to bring employment to Nicaraguans and to address human needs created by poverty. They also strive to help communities be self-sufficient, sustainable, and democratic. The Jubilee House has a medical clinic. He has started many sewing co-ops and has created 11 sesame growing co-ops. Within each sesame seed co-op are more than 100 farms, each nearly 2,000 farms total. Nicaragua is the Western Hemisphere's second poorest country. Many, if not most, people in our country don't even have running water in their homes.
So, Nicaragua farmer, how has partnering with Once Again Nut Butter changed your community? Tell us about your sesame seed crops and...
Well, they
help me pay for my running water, and I'm very lucky to have running water in my country because we are a very poor country, and we also have some missionaries from America coming to our country to help us out. So that's a good thing.
So, Bob, why did you start the Once Again nut butter and besides making money?
Well, I wanted to help people out in the community and have them someplace have their own decision made.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mayor, what are the benefits to having Once Again nut butter in your town?
Well, with Once Again nut butter in our town, we are making more money. We are providing more jobs. More people are moving in, and traffic is increasing.
So you're gonna, come up and sit down just like we were doing. Right? So sit. Or actually, I'm sorry, sit there. Sit there. Sorry, that's the whole point. Should I sit here or no?
You can sit wherever you want.
All right, so, what's your name? And, so we have here with us today the mayor. What's your name, sir?
Andy Chapman.
Andy Chapman. And how old are you, Mr. Chapman? 42. So what can you tell me that's beneficial about having Once Again nut butter here?
Once Again nut butter is providing more jobs. We're making more money. More people are moving in. And we're increasing traffic.
Okay, and that's important to the health and welfare of your town? Okay. Let's see. Could you, can you walk for me as the mayor? I see you have something interesting written about how the mayor walks. Okay, now Colton walk. Okay, just Colton. Come back and sit down. Sit down and probably sits. Excellent. Okay. So do we see the difference? Okay. So also the mayor is probably pretty good at talking to people, right? So he's probably pretty confident. Okay. So can you? I'm gonna ask you another question as the mayor. Can you try to just speak with a little more authority? Does that make sense? Just a little more
Stronger voice, a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
Like you know it all, buddy.
Oh yeah.
All we do is
Talk like you walk. Okay, how about that? Let's see. If you had to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as honest. I don't lie at all.
Okay.
I will help our town as much as I can.
Anything else? It says here that you're pretty good looking. You're handsome? All right. What's Once Again nut butter product is your favorite?
I would have to go with they have this really good peanut butter, and you feed it to the deer, and the deer really like it.
Feed it to your deer.
Yeah,
Awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. So
Nice call, nice.
What's that? I can.
Should we keep them up here and then have the interviewer ask the question right after? Or do you want to just work through the kids and then go back and ask them?
With me editing it, I'd rather have all the interviews kind of together.
Okay, all right. Who wants to go next?
You make up your character.
Well, I didn't make any of it up. I don't know what age they are.
You pick. So you are a new hire here at Once Again Nut Butter. And what's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. How old are you?
29.
How? So you're new. Have you been working here more than a year? Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about it?
I like how it works.
How it works. And now Sarah, can you tell me what you know about Once Again Nut Butter?
They make peanut butter.
So did we see any difference in the way Sarah answered the question and the way Elizabeth answered the question? No. So do you think there's something physically that you could do maybe different? Tell me about Elizabeth. What does she like to do? You said she's good looking, underweight, clean, neat, and pleasant. Okay. So let's see. Do you like music?
Yeah.
Do you like to go out and do things? Or do you more of a home?
I like to go out and do stuff.
So are you pretty outdoors? Yeah. Active? All right, active, yes, that's a good one. Okay, so if Elizabeth is very active and outgoing, do you think she might be a little more forward in asking her questions? Yeah, like maybe forward. Because Sarah's talking a little bit like this. Like she doesn't really want to talk to me. She's going to look up at the ceiling instead of looking at me. So maybe Elizabeth would be more engaged, right? So you might lean forward a little bit more, right? Be more open. So if you're sitting like this, I can't do it because I'm wearing a dress, but yeah, so do you see the difference? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one more question, Elizabeth. Do you think that you're gonna work at Once Again Nut Butter for a long time?
Yes.
You do. And can you tell me what your favorite nut butter is and why?
The regular peanut butter.
The regular peanut butter is your favorite. And why is that?
Because I don't know.
Do you eat it on sandwiches or some other thing?
I eat it on sandwich. You're welcome.
All right.
Sarah.
Would you like to go next?
I'm supposed to remember.
What?
I don't have a line.
You don't have a line? Oh, okay.
Because he was supposed to be an interviewer.
Oh, okay. Do you want to just keep the question? Who else would like to go?
Yes, we gave one to Joe this morning, but it's on that master paper.
Gluten allergy person?
Either the,
Jordan, do you have my master paper?
Yeah, gluten.
All right, so you are a local citizen here. Did you know that the average dinner travels 1,500 miles to us?
that's yours.
Yes. Is that shocking? Pretty appalling. Why is it important to buy local?
Well, because the packaging and stuff, like the gas tank, you gotta plan when it's flying. And like, if you buy it local, then you're not polluting the air.
Right. What's your name?
Roxanne,
Roxanne. And how old are you?
19.
19. What do you do for a living?
I babysit.
Babysit?
Yes.
It says here you're in college.
Yes.
What are you studying?
Geography.
And I also see here that you're Jewish. Did you know that Once Again Nut Butter is kosher?
I did.
Is that important to you? Yes. Why?
Because
It's not your question, so it's okay. Very good. Very good.
All right, good job.
Next.
Mackenzie.
Oh, you're a brave girl.
I think Mackenzie does need to go. Look at that. Will you come up here? Mackenzie?
Woo! Woo!
So you must be the Brooklyn shopper, right?
Well, hi there. Thanks for coming in to talk with us. What is your name?
Sally Mae,
Sally Mae. How old are you?
30,
And what do you do for a living?
farmer,
You're a farmer. Where do you farm?
Texas.
Texas. Wow. It says you work 12 hours a day?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm very busy.
I guess so. Now I'm going to ask Mackenzie a question. Are you originally from the area?
Yep.
Yeah. And what's your favorite thing to do?
Play soccer.
So do you think that somebody from Texas talks the same way that Mackenzie from here talks?
Nope.
Nope.
She had
So,
she
yeah,
had
I heard you over there say it seems a little different. Can we try it again? Sally Mae? What's your name?
Sally Mae,
And where are you from?
Texas.
Texas.
There you go.
Nice.
What's your question? Do you feel comfortable that your crops going to once again number of products?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Well, my nuts make peanut butter.
Right.
Don't lose your accent.
And their peanut butter has vitamin C.
It does.
Yeah, and that's very good.
It is very
So it builds strong muscles and healthy bones.
That is very important. How do you feel about their fair trade practices?
It's all right.
It's all right. It's good for you, right?
Yeah.
It makes sure that you get a fair price for your product.
Yep.
Have you found dealing with them a little bit better than dealing with maybe some of your other customers? Yeah. Why?
Nasty.
They're nasty. But once again, Nut Butter's a pretty good company to work with.
Yeah.
Have you tried their product?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
The sunflower peanut butter.
Sunflower butter. Yeah. Just make sure you keep your accent. Okay. That was really good.
That was
Okay, so we are here now with a one-year employee of, once again, Nut Butter. What's your name?
Brent.
Brent. And how old are you?
I'm 33.
What are some of the drawbacks to working at once and again Nut Butter compared to other jobs that you have had? What other kind of jobs have you had?
I have worked at McDonald's.
And did you like working at McDonald's?
It was okay, just not with a bad customer, because
And so,
just to make them happy. Just make them happy. Yeah.
so you have worked for once again Nut Butter for 1 year. How does it feel to be part owner of a company? You didn't know part of McDonald's, right, when you worked there?
No, I was mostly the garbage boy, but then I did do drive-through.
Garbage doesn't sound like much fun.
No.
And you didn't see any of the profit that McDonald's made, right? You just got a minimum wage.
Yeah.
So now you work for this company and you get a portion of their profit, correct? So that must feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are some of the things about working there that maybe you don't like so much?
I don't like how you have to get up early.
How early do you have to get up?
5 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. And how long do you work?
I work until
You work about 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
But you get Fridays off.
yeah.
So you get a long weekend. What do you do on your weekends?
Well, watch movies, eat pizza, all that normal stuff.
Good job.
So he didn't really do so much with his voice necessarily, but he did some really good physical stuff, right?
Yes,
Your
body
body
language, excellent, buddy.
It was really, really good.
Really cool.
Who's next?
What, Meg, what's your name?
Dalton. Kirsten.
Oh, I was in.
So we should, since they have to leave for reading, you want them first. So you've already done Sarah. Sydney, we haven't developed anything for. She hasn't been here in 2 days. Josh.
3 days.
Did Alex?
I got
Josh
3 of
needs to
those
go.
people.
What your name?
Josh, you're
Josh
next,
said.
whether you want to be or not.
Bye-bye, Josh.
So then we should start recording their actual.
I have to do it too. No, you're just gonna record. He's nervous.
Okay, Josh, you're gonna step out of yourself, so I'm gonna hear a real voice, not the one you
Be
use with
shy.
me, right? Right.
Okay, so Josh, your role is a line worker. What is your name? Carl. Carl, could you speak up a little bit? I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing. How long have you worked at Once Again Not Better? 5 years so far. How old are you? So is this your first job, or did you work somewhere else before that? It's your first job. Do you like the way the decisions are made at Once Again Not Better? You guys have meetings once a month, right, to talk about things? And do you like that better than somebody just telling you what to do all the time? No, you don't like having a say in how things are going? Because you own part of this company, right? Just by working there. You get to own a part of this. You have a say in everything that happens. That must be pretty empowering. Makes you feel good about going to work every day. Yeah. Let's see. You work about 5 days a week? 4 days a week. You work 4 days a week, right? So that's great. You get 3 days off, 4 days. Are they long days? Sure. Do you talk this quietly in the back? What's your name? Carl. And Carl is how old? 29. And do you think that you will work at Once Again Not Better for a long time? Yeah. Why?
Good job, Carl.
Good job, Carl.
So I'm thinking maybe we should start filming
Yeah.
the actual interview.